Tesla's autopilot feature is brilliant. I love it. I really enjoy driving on autopilot and I think it's a really great feature. I've got the advanced autopilot on my Model 3, I haven't got the full self-drive. And I just wanted to give a little rundown of some things that I've learnt to get the most out of the autopilot and a few things as well to avoid getting yourself into a sticky situation. To engage the autopilot, you just double tap down on the right stalk, and if it's available you'll hear a bong through the car's speakers and your autopilot is engaged. You'll see a visual representation. You get two blue lines either side of the lane that you're in on the screen, and that indicates that the car is in control and the car is keeping you in the lanes. It does feel to me like you're slightly further left of central, just to where I would naturally position the car, but if you turn on the car's cameras then you'll see by looking in the side views that you are very central to the lane, so it actually is doing a better job than I would do at keeping in the middle. The autopilot on motorways is just brilliant. I love it. I love just being able to turn it on and loosely hold the steering wheel and just relax. Now you do need to hold the steering wheel in the UK. You can let go completely, but after about 15 or 20 seconds the car will prompt you to hold the steering wheel again and just maintain control of the car. And what I do is just a gentle little nudge of the steering wheel every 20 seconds or so, just to tell the car that I am still holding the steering wheel. Autopilot also works on much smaller roads, although it's not designed to be used on smaller roads, so you should use it with extreme care and caution if at all. But you'll see that it does manage really well and it does keep you in the lanes, and it's a fun feature to show people that get in your car if you're ever allowed to share your car with anyone in COVID times. One thing that really wound me up to begin with autopilot is I couldn't figure out the best way of changing lanes with it. Because I haven't got full self-drive, you have to disengage autopilot in order to change lanes, and I was finding this quite a faff to do, because if you click up on the stalk to disengage autopilot, then the car automatically starts slowing down, putting your brake lights on the motorway, so you have to then catch it on the throttle, and I was just finding it to be a bit of a faff. But I have found that there's a much easier way to make a lane change when using autopilot. All you do to change lane is you first indicate in the direction that you want to move, and then just apply a little bit of steering force and the car will disengage autopilot. But importantly, it doesn't disengage fully, it just drops you onto the cruise control mode, so you're steering but the car maintains its speed. Once you've then moved into your new lane, you just double tap the stalk to re-engage autopilot. Don't do this too early though, as if you're halfway through the lane change when you try and re-engage, the car will get confused as it thinks you're between lanes and it might automatically steer you into one lane or the other. Another feature of the autopilot is the follow distance. You can set how close or far the car will follow the vehicle in front, and I tend to set this on 2 or 3 and it just maintains a natural distance to the vehicle in front. But it's a good feature, particularly as well when you're jumping between autopilot and advanced cruise control as well. If you try and use autopilot when the car shouldn't be using autopilot, then you will hear an audible beep as the car disengages the autopilot and you have to take over as the driver. But it's quite obvious when this happens, and really your hands should be on the wheel anyway, so it's not that much of a big deal. So if you haven't got your Tesla yet and you're watching this in excitement of how to use the autopilot, then you're in for a treat because it is a really great feature. I may in the future purchase the full self-drive option from Tesla, and if I do, I'll make sure that I do a review on that. So please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing that in the future. I hope you found this video useful. Please remember to click the thumbs up icon as it helps other people find the video too, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.